What's good, everyone? This is your boy DJ's Raw Uncut Truth. Give you that raw content that you deservedly need. I got my brother Revolution Radio in the house, man. We about to keep it real today, man. What's good, brother?
What's going on, brother? This is gonna be a hot one, man. I'm ready.
For sure. So the Brooklyn Nets were upset by the Charlotte Hornets. You know, sometimes these games happen to talented teams. I still have the Nets as the favorite to come out of the East. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, they did their thing, but everybody else did not step up. But here's what I got to say. Through 3 games, I've seen enough from LaMelo where I'm excited about his future. No matter if he's not getting the usage rate, no matter if he's not getting enough minutes, he's attacking, he's charging on, he's playing with swagger. His teammates love him. Through it all, through playing with selfish teammates like the Martin twins, you've seen it. He remains positive and good spirits. And that was enough for what I had to see. What do you think, my brother?
Yeah, man. First off, I got to give credit where credit is due. The Charlotte Hornets on a big win tonight. I was talking to you earlier, DJ, and I was saying the only way I see this not being the Brooklyn Massacre, because that's what I was calling it. The only way this was not going to be the Brooklyn Massacre is if Brooklyn came in and didn't take Charlotte serious, and that's exactly what happened. Charlotte is one of those teams that the court is sleepy, the arena is sleepy, and it looked like Brooklyn got caught playing at the tempo of the Charlotte Hornets, man, to be real with you. It's like they got caught napping, and when Kyrie and Kevin Durant started turning it on, it was a little too late, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, the rest of the role players didn't really step up. As far as LaMelo Ball, man, in limited minutes, like anybody who taking that first game seriously, like once again, like you say, they're stat watchers. They don't really study the game of basketball. It was no way that man could have got in rhythm. It was his first game on the road as a rookie, and it looked like he was on a shot restriction. But aside from that first game, and even if you were to add that first game, I want to go through some of these numbers. In this short sample size, yes, it's just 3 games. It's just 3 games. But in this short sample size, if you was listening to scouts and you was listening to some of these YouTubers, you would think that LaMelo Ball has a worse jump shot than Shaquille O'Neal, man. If you was listening to him, you would think he was the worst shooter in the history of shooters. But I've been looking at the numbers, man. LaMelo is shooting 33.3% from regular field goal percentage. From the three-point line, Melo is shooting 40% from the three-point line in 3 games. And it's not like he doesn't have a lot of attempts up. It's not like he's 1 for 2 on the season. No, he has a small sample size where you can start saying that, hey, if he continues at this pace, the exaggerations of his shooting or his lack thereof were greatly exaggerated. DJ, does this surprise you to hear that the brother's shooting 30% from 3?
No, it means he's taking good shots. And unfortunately, everyone buys into the stereotype of LaMelo cannot score. He's a streaky shooter, so he needs to be in rhythm to have a good shot. Like J.R. Smith and other streaky shooters who need a couple shots to get going, and then you see him go off like he did the last game when he had 13 points in that 9-minute span. This is what he could do. Could you imagine if he would have played barely 30 minutes? And let me read this real quick. Moneybags Lawson, shout out to Moneybags Lawson. He said, I need Melo to look for his shot more. I think that he's been doing it, but you'll see more of it when the usage rate is up and he stopped playing with ball hogging teammates. What do you think about that, brother? Revolution Radio.
I mean, to be real with you, brother, looking at the situation, I don't know if Melo taking more shots right now is what's going to get him more minutes. It seems like James Borrego's cup check Mitch, Mr. Luol Deng himself. That's his name from now on, henceforth. The Luol Deng contract, man. Yeah, it seems like they want Melo playing within, and it sounds funny saying it, within the Hornets offense. And it seems like I was listening to the interview tonight, the post game interview with James Borregos, and he was saying LaMelo played a great game tonight, and he played mature, and he was getting others involved. It's like they don't really even want him to focus on his scoring; they want him to focus on breaking the habits of really what makes him him. And Melo's, like I said, Melo's a smart player, man. Like Melo is not like most 19-year-olds coming in the league. Melo knows how to play the media. He knows how to play the social media game, and he knows how to play basketball. And he knows the politics of basketball. He saw Lonzo deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as him being more aggressive, would I like to see it? Yes. Do I think he's going to be able to do that and gain more minutes? Hell no. He's not going to get the Anthony Edwards treatment. And I'm going to say it because somebody on Twitter was talking about it, and they said no one is speaking up about it, but God damn it, let's speak up about it. Anthony Edwards went 6 for 21. The brother had a very difficult situation coming out of college. He lost his grandmother and he lost his mother in a short time span, and I want to see the guy do good. But just like they said on Twitter, man, LaMelo gets scrutinized for missing every shot. Y'all got to keep that same energy tonight, man. If Melo shot 6 for 21 with the Charlotte Hornets, man, I'm scared that man's minutes go down to 10 minutes a game, man. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, I think that's what's going to be needed in order for Anthony Edwards and any rookie to really get their feet wet in the league and feel like a lottery pick and feel like they have the rope to shoot the ball or score the ball is giving them the green light. But I got to bring it up, man. I looked at Tyrese Halliburton's numbers last night since we talking percentages. 1 for 7. You know what I'm saying? Tonight he bounced back, had a good game, but that's because he sees that the coach, okay, I'm not going to be pulled out the game every 5 seconds. And even though Charlotte won tonight, there were moments in the game, and DJ, you could talk about this more because I know you really was watching this. There's moments in the game where you see Melo's fingerprints or footprints on the game, then they take him out the game, and then Charlotte seems to lose their momentum. What do you think is going to take for them to just wake up and smell the rotation?
It's going to take realism. See, since James Borrego was not a Doc Rivers or any other talented coach out there at that level, of course, he doesn't have the cachet to tell someone, hey, when LaMelo's on that court, he has the rock. He's our only true point guard that can score when he wants. And as for LaMelo's scoring mentality, I'm not worried about it because when you ask him to score, he'll do it for you like he did the other night, not tonight. Do you realize what's funny, brother? James Borrego was more excited about the 6-5-5 stat line today, right? Than he was when LaMelo Ball had 13 points in 9 minutes.
Narratives. That's their narrative.
No one talked about that.
And see, that's dangerous, man. That's dangerous, DJ. And this is what I'm saying. Melo's agent, I know he's got pretty good agents with Rock Nation right now. Jermaine Jackson is always in his corner. And that's why I feel like Melo was really picking up his play as far as tempo and swagger on the court because it goes both ways. We did a lot of discussion last night about the front office and what the front office wants to do. But we know the NBA is a players-driven league. It's a players-driven league. And that's why Devonte Graham and Terry Rozier is still on the court. And Terry Rozier had a hell of a game tonight. He had a good bounce-back game. I'm not going to take anything away from him. You know what I'm saying? I got to give credit where credit is due. I cannot be biased. He dunked on Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? His shot percentage was better tonight. He seems to be the first or second option on this team. We just got to say what it is as far as what is constituted right now. So, you know what I mean? But with that being said, the reason why they're still on the court and they get so many minutes that really they shouldn't be getting is because their agents have made demands. Those demands are in the contract. You know what I'm saying? They got pressure on the Charlotte Hornets. Melo's agents, Jermaine Jackson, whoever's in Melo's corner, has to put their foot on the Charlotte Hornets' neck and realize or understand, hey, do you guys believe in Melo or do you not believe in Melo? Because it's not too early to start thinking, because it's a dog-eat-dog league. It's not too early to ever start thinking about your next move. You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, man, the rotation still continues to be a problem, man. DJ, you are the leader of the No Martin Twins movement. Bro, would you lay it down on how they
Oh
affect the
man.
pace of the game, man, and how they really just throw everything off when they get in there?
Well, since the Martin twins think they're so highly talented and they're allergic to fast-paced play, I saw a lot of remedial basketball from the remedial twins called the Martin twins. It was atrocious. They played this fake defense, I call it, where you're moving around doing nothing, but you're getting lit up on defense. This is what they are. And since James Borrego loves them, it makes no sense. The only players in the second unit who should be getting minutes is Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball. Everybody else, it just depends how they play. They got to earn it. But Miles Bridges and LaMelo Ball has shown me, and shown a lot of fans, when you ask them to do a job, they'll do it for you. See, this is what happens when you coach too much, meaning you're overthinking. When we had the show yesterday, we had brothers, good brothers, of course, trying to make the excuse that, well, Terry Rozier's playing well. That's why LaMelo's not getting minutes. I'm going to say it like this. Yeah, you're right. Terry Rozier's playing well. So only Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward are the ones that get the 35 minutes per game. Everybody else, they got to fight for it. And LaMelo Ball, the way he's playing right now, he deserves at least 25 minutes a game. And I'm being nice. 25 minutes a game. But not just 25 minutes a game, brother. 25 minutes a game with him controlling the keys when he's on that court. The ball moving is better. The last 6-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Do you realize that the Hornets lost a double-digit lead when they benched LaMelo? The ball movement was stagnant. Everybody was playing that damn hero ball. And it was pathetic. And they could have lost this game when the Nets were giving them this the whole time. They were giving them the game.
Moneybags Lawson, man. I'm reading what you said in the chat. And bro, I really wish I could give you the Medal of Honor or the Purple Star. You really just said the Charlotte Hornets has been your team for years, and bro, you a real one for just admitting that. Man, look, every time Melo goes out of the game and they have a lead. Now I'm not gonna cap if they're down or if they're even. Sometimes Melo, he'll get out of the flow and they'll either lose a league or to stay the same. But when Melo is in his groove and Melo is being Melo and they take Melo out the game, they're up 7. When he goes out the game, by the time he gets back in the game, it's gonna be a tie game or they're gonna be losing. You know what I'm saying? So I saw what you were talking about tonight, but I also saw it yesterday. The game with the Thunder didn't turn until Melo got out of the game. But I'm gonna be real with you. I got some news to break with y'all, man. Melo's not playing point guard right now. Melo's not playing point guard. They're really playing Melo at the 3. It looks like they're playing him at the 3, but he's playing like a point forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've really been watching Devonte Graham and Gordon Hayward really orchestrate the offense, man. And it sounds weird to say it, but I noticed that Melo is playing really okay, man. Let's talk about it. Melo is really in the same position Lonzo was with the Lakers the first year, as far as position. The only difference is Melo's swagger and aggression is so much, he makes something out of nothing. And this is what we was talking about in preseason. Like that pass he made to Terry Rozier, that full court bullet to Terry Rozier that allowed Terry Rozier to dunk on Durant. That's a something out of nothing play. That's nothing you draw up. Or if he's in the corner, I saw Melo tonight doing some backdoor cuts. I saw him coming off the screens. I saw him come off a screen and hit Miles Bridges with the even
Revolution Radio, man.
What's
I'm
up,
gonna let you cook, but I gotta read this, brother.
Oh, go ahead.
I got it, man. And I'm sorry I had to do this. Joey Ramos, you're a cool brother, man. You've been supporting this channel. But you're saying some fallacies right now, brother. You saying LaMelo plays better as a shooting guard, and then you said LaMelo needs Lonzo. I think LaMelo is just fine. What he needs is a usage rate. I don't think his brother playing on the team. I would love all ball brothers to play on the same team, but unless both of them shoot 40%, I don't see that happening anytime soon. That's just the reality. What needs to happen is LaMelo needs to play the point guard whenever he's on that court, no matter if he's on the bench or starting. That's all we're saying, brother.
Yeah, man, I agree, DJ. It's like they're running him at this point forward, and to me, he's making the best out of the situation. And maybe if Melo keeps growing, he might have to play point forward one day anyway. To be real with you, if they are to hold on to Terry Rozier, because it's a possibility. Because like I was saying last night, Terry Rozier does not want to be a role player. And if a contender trades for Terry Rozier, he's not going to the contender to be the guy. He's going to be the third or fourth option, maybe fourth or fifth option. So Terry Rozier doesn't want that. He already experienced that in Boston. He wants to be the guy. So him staying in Charlotte, what it's going to come down to, it seems like this season, is Devonte Graham or Terry Rozier. Who are they going to be willing to move? Because it's time for them to pay Devonte Graham at the end of the season. And the more I watch Devonte Graham, man, I heard all of this about Melo's horrible defense. Each game I've seen Melo get better and better on defense. He's stepping into passing lanes. He's long as hell. He's getting steals. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious that he doesn't know defensive rotations. But rarely have I been seeing lately Melo get beat consistently. Man, Devonte Graham be getting beat like he stole something, man. And even if they don't beat him and they miss the shot, he is so small and his frame is so minuscule. They get the rebound right over him and put it on the glass. Like, it's like he is such a liability on the court. It's such a stat-driven league, like DJ always says. Bro, you can have 30 and still be a liability on the court. Because if you trading off 30 for 15 boards and your guy got 10 points, bro, that's killing us, especially if it's second chance points. So Devonte Graham, DJ, is wise, man. It seems like he might end up needing to be the odd man out. What you think about that?
Man, that's a great question. And shout out to Saint Meats, a real one. He says Graham is getting cooked on defense. Yes, sir, my brother, like barbecue chicken. Yeah, Graham seems like the odd man out. His defense is atrocious. You could talk about LaMelo's defense, but in this game against the Nets, no one talked about the great defense LaMelo played. They're silent about it. They're silent about it. They don't keep the same energy. And this is why my channel exists, to offshoot the buffoonery that's out there. They don't give these brothers credit when they do something well, but they will post something if they barely score or made a bonehead play like any other rookie. This brother, LaMelo Ball, is the most battle-tested young player in the NBA right now. To go through what he's going through and to rising above the hate you can only commend the young man. This is not cap. This is just real talk right here. When have you heard of a young man, 19 years old, dealing with the crap LaMelo Ball has to deal with on social media, on the web, on life, NBA, jealous teammates? You don't hear too many stories about other players his age. But he could have 13 points in 9 minutes. He's barely playing a bunch of minutes or getting the usage rate that he needs like other rookies. This is stuff we talking about. Devonte Graham has been getting cooked for 3 games. And Coach Borrego is rewarding him for minutes. Now, I understand Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier is cooking. We got to give the brother credit. And I'm not going to use the Terry Rozier excuse for LaMelo getting minutes. He could play alongside Terry Rozier. The problem is Devonte Graham. He could take all the shots he wants, but he's still playing 30-plus minutes. That sounds like a problem to me. And I'm sure he's a great kid, but that's a problem.
It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. And shout out to St. East, man. Yo, like, I think it's gonna be the Clippers too. I think Terry is a good fit for the Clippers, but if you do that, you probably gonna have to get rid of Pat Bev or Jackson. Like, it's not gonna work. Terry don't want to be pushed, man. Like, that's what it is. And what I was trying to explain to everybody last night, Terry will give you 42. Then Terry will give you 10. Then Terry will give you 19 tonight. Then he'll give you 10. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm starting to like Terry Rozier with Melo, because when Melo goes through the growing pains in his rookie season, Charlotte does struggle to score the ball at times. And sometimes you just need a guy that has a scorer's mentality, even if they're not the greatest scorer. And I'm not saying Terry Rozier isn't the greatest scorer, but it's good to have a guy that you know, okay, he's going to be aggressive. He's going to turn up the pace, because Melo still got to figure out when to turn it on and turn it off. Like right now, Melo is just playing off of his experience in Lithuania, his experience in Australia, and his God-given abilities. He has no understanding of his own pace in the NBA. That doesn't mean he doesn't understand basketball. That's not what I'm saying. The great players, they play at their own pace. And Melo is too wet behind the ears right now to understand that. So I can see it being all right with a guy like Terry Rozier being there to jack up some shots when the offense gets stagnant. Because right now, Charlotte does have problems where, like, they just have spells where they just can't score. And shout out to whoever said this in the chat. DJ.
Yeah, like, you see that, Michael?
Yeah. You gotta let Graham come off the bench, bro. But see, if you look at Graham's face, man, Graham know what time it is, man. The reason why he's struggling this year, y'all want to know the truth? Graham is struggling because Melo in that rear view, bro. That's why he's overthinking these passes and he got these turnovers this year, because he's trying to do too much. He understands that, okay, me scoring was not enough last year. They just drafted this guy that was a playmaker. Let me show them what I can do. And he's doing too much. To me, Graham looks tight, man. Like, Graham does not look loose. What do you think, DJ?
Yeah, the brother Michael, spot on, man. Graham is trying to prove a point. He's playing too much of that hero ball, like you stated. If he's going to be doing all that and taking away touches from Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward, then he needed to get his ass on the bench where he could take all the shots he wants. At least with LaMelo, I know he's going to facilitate. Now, he's going to mix it up, of course, but he's going to facilitate. That should be the start. And plus, he's 6'8". If I'm a coach, I'm not starting 2 miniature guards. That's a nightmare on defense. And if you watch the Nets game, they lost it was a 12-point lead. The Hornets did. Because when they took LaMelo out, and LaMelo actually played good defense in this game that they won't talk about, of course, what did they do? Shooting above the guards. Because Brooklyn has very long, lengthy guards. They were doing that all night. This was a night that the Nets were literally giving this game to the Hornets. and the Hornets almost lost this game. Luckily, they got some luck, made some shots that they don't usually make, and that's what you need in the NBA. It's a make or miss league, like the NBA slogan says. So, Graham, he knows his time is coming. Again, I'm sure he's a good kid, but this is just the business of the NBA. And this game told me more that LaMelo's getting more minutes.
Facts.
That's all I have to say right there. Let me say it again. LaMelo's getting more minutes. I'm putting that out there for the Shines who don't know.
Man, I gotta say something. I gotta piggyback on what you said, DJ. Melo's defense, off-ball defense this game was incredible. And y'all gonna think I'm tripping, but go back and watch the game. And this is going to sound insane, but if you really watch the game, you know I'm not capping. The Nets missed so many contesting shots because LaMelo was contesting shots like a damn power forward, bro. They had him playing backside help defense in the zone. And really, a lot of times, this is what I'm saying about the lack of talent on Charlotte. A lot of times, Melo is the tallest player on the court, man. With the way this roster is constructed, when you look at it, Melo is the tallest player on the court a lot of times when he on the court. If Bismarck Biyombo is not in the game, if it's him and Gordon Hayward are the tallest two cats. But Gordon Hayward always plays up top of the zone. Melo is always on the baseline. So I saw in the first half the Nets were missing a lot of shots because Melo was contesting it. And like DJ said, they don't want to talk about that. But the kid had steals. The kid had a block. It might have been called a foul, but it was a great contest. You know what I'm saying? He was cutting off the baseline. He was getting in the passing lanes. Like, if that's the Melo you get on defense, you got to be happy with that, man. You gotta be happy with that. I don't know what's up with this newfound infatuation with the love of quote unquote defense in the NBA, but y'all gotta stop capping, man. Y'all know James Harden just started playing defense last year, man. And since his trips to Magic City, it don't like he gonna be playing any this year. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry ain't no defender. Like y'all be trying to put this like these narratives and these names on stuff. Okay, we got somebody just popped in, DJ. But yeah, man, I don't want to take too much time, but you're right. The DJ was impeccable. The defense was impeccable.
Yes, it was. And Shanko, too, you went off the panel. Make sure you get back on because you were on. Also, the rule is I'm going to send the link out. Now, if you join the panel, you must stay muted until you see someone else unmute. So you got to make sure you watch that so we can make sure the stream is organized like we did last night. So I'm going to send the link out. But yeah, brother, what was you going to say?
Nah, I'm looking at a comment. Somebody said Red Pill Alpha. That's a dope name. OKC's team last year was successful with the 3-guard rotation with CP3, Schroeder, and Sean Gilchrist Alexander. Yeah, that sounds good in theory, but I'm taking CP3 over Terry Rozier. I'm taking Schroeder over Graham. So the only comparison to that is Melo. I used to say that three guard rotation for the Hornets. Man, after seeing, just like DJ said, how miniature those guards are, I don't want to see that rotation, man. Melo gonna struggle in that rotation because you're gonna have two guys that are, to me, Graham looks under 6 feet. I saw him with a trainer tonight before the game that was getting him ready for the game. And the trainer looked like Mr. Brown from Meet the Browns. He looked like he was like 5'6", 5'7". And Devonte Graham looked like he only had an inch on him. So I would be surprised if Devonte Graham is really 6'1". So with him and Terry Rozier and Melo on the court, you're going to have Terry Rozier trying to ball hog. You're going to have Devonte Graham jacking up threes, and Melo's gonna be off in the corner. That cannot happen. Or even worse, they're gonna have Melo battling bigs on the block. And to me, that does okay. All minutes ain't good minutes. This we know. You know what I'm saying? Like the minutes got to make sense. But I see the brothers on here now, DJ.
Yeah, Shanker was good, my brother, man. What you think about the game with the Hornets shocking the Brooklyn Nets, my brother?
Man, give me 1 second, man. Hold on 1 second, okay?
All right, I'll let you go. Let me read this real quick. AW says, I watched LaMelo wide open for a layup, and Graham passed that up for a contested mid-range over two people. I lost my mind and left the house to go to work. Bro, I saw that too, man. And people, Revolution Radio, people thought I was capping when I made the video that LaMelo was froze out in that one preseason game. I'm telling you, the Graham and the Martin twins, man, something is toxic there, man. I could read energy, and that energy is not right, my brother.
Yeah, the Martin twins, Caleb or Kalen or Jalen or whatever. I don't know their names, but yeah, once again came down on transition tonight. Melo wide open for a three. The Martin twin, one of them, forced another shot. Yeah, it's definitely something to their energy.
Yeah, they got some dark energy, man. And the good thing is LaMelo seems to have the pure kid energy, just want to have fun. Just love. When I watch LaMelo play, you could tell he loves being in the NBA. He loves this game, man. And how can you not root for that? A lot of these players play for the money and to be with some side pieces, here and there. But LaMelo loved this game, man. I mean, this is the reason why I root for the brother. I like when players enjoy the sport. I see Shanker on there. What you think of the game, brother?
Yeah, man, it's just tonight was a real joy to see, and I'm glad. One thing I looked at is LaMelo's defense, man. It doesn't. It comes in bits and pieces that people, they're not going to give him credit for a lot of it, but his length is a problem. And if you saw him, he's going against Jared Allen. Jared Allen, one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. The dude is a defensive monster, and you got LaMelo down in the post against him. To me, that showed a lot. He didn't have to go down there and get some of that physical. He got physical. I think he did a lot today. Even though his stats, people are going to look at the points and talk all that. But, man, for the minutes he's playing and the way his teammates are freezing him out, he's doing the best of what they're giving him.
So true, brother. They won't talk about his defense. We talked about it on the show. But the ones who know about basketball, that watch hoops, we're recognizing all of that. And here's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of the Ball brothers being compared on situations here and there. Let's be honest. It's not right to compare LaMelo's situation with Lonzo. Lonzo with Stan Van Gundy is getting 38 minutes a game. It seems like a fit so far, and he's benefited from that. LaMelo has to fight for minutes. He has to fight for usage rate. He has to fight for everything. He's playing with jealous teammates. Not all. There's some good ones. Miles Bridges is a good one. Shout out to him, and he should start this game, I think. And for LaMelo to withstand all that and to rise above it all is truly remarkable.
Yeah, man, just to piggyback off of what you just said, what I was thinking about last night off that conversation, that off the forum that you had, one thing about Jordan is so competitive, man. And him wanting to have somebody who has his mentality, I could see him not wanting to give it to Melo just to see if Melo tries to take it, like come out and take somebody's spot. That old school, come out and fight for a spot and take it. And I think LaMelo has the talent to do that. I'm looking at Graham, and I guess people want to be impressed with his shooting, but I'm not. I'm just a lot of flaws, and you guys were hitting it on the head. The twins, I think, that goes a lot to do with, trying to get them playing time so one of them can get traded, because both of them together really is not. It's not going to be a good mix for that group. One of them maybe, but not both. Because they're freeze out of players to satisfy themselves, and Graham doing that. I do think Rozier can accent, Melo better, because Rozier shoots at a high tick right now. Once he gets going, and he don't mind getting the ball to him. So, that could work for a little while.
Definitely. I see Bartrand. He says reporters are questioning the coach about LaMelo's minutes. Oh, yeah, the heat is on, man. Yep. That's why I just got to sit back and chill. Me and Revolution Radio talked about it. LaMelo Ball and this fan base, I mean, they're not dumb. Nope. They see it. So they just sitting back. It got so bad where I've seen LaMelo Ball fans say, man, he could play off the bench, but come on now. 15 minutes, spot duty. Now, tonight was better, but he's got to be more active. He's got to have the ball when he's playing with the backups. And I see CA3 in the building. What's good, my brother?
What's good, man? What's good, DJ?
Good. What do you think about the Hornets versus Brooklyn game, LaMelo's performance, and their situation?
I saw bits and pieces of the game. I didn't really see too many parts of the game, but the pieces I saw of the game, it looked like LaMelo was really controlling the game when he was in the game. And I remember that little run they went on toward the end of the third or beginning of the fourth. He was really controlling the game. And I remember when he went out the game, the momentum just went away. So I wish LaMelo would get more consistent minutes. It's really tough when you're playing with, two small guards who are volume shooters like Rozier and Graham. Especially Graham, he just shoots the hell out the ball, and he misses a lot of shots, and he'll make some shots occasionally, but he's a real volume shooter. He was a volume shooter last year. I mean, he shot a good percentage from three, but his overall field goal percentage was trash. Rozier, he's a very Rozier is one of those guys. He thinks he's better than he is, and it kind of can really hurt the team. If you saw what happened with Boston, he was in a solid situation with Boston, but he wanted to show himself. So he left and kind of had a little riff when he left Boston, just because he wanted to have his own show. So that's just unfortunate. Then that the Martin brothers to think they're still in Nevada and they think that it's their show, and it's not. I'm surprised that they're NBA rotational players. I remember when they were in college, I never thought they'd be NBA rotational players, but here they are now, ruining my man LaMelo's minutes. But I'm not worried about LaMelo's minutes. It'll all play itself out eventually. LaMelo's going to have to get his minutes eventually, and we're going to be able to see what he can do.
And I got to read this. St. Me says, I do want LaMelo to get that mid-range game, though. Yeah, LaMelo get that mid-range game. Ooh, boy. Look out.
Yeah.
So what you think, Revolution Radio, what CA3 said?
I want to give a shout-out to the brother CA3 for saying what he said. He said he didn't really get to watch all of the game. He got to watch, certain spots, and because it's hard to watch him when Melo ain't on the court. I know, it's real difficult. And if I wasn't rocking with DJ, to be real with you, I wouldn't be watching it either. You know what I'm saying? Like it's look, when the man is not in the game, bro, it's akin to AAU ball, bro. You might as well just go to your local YMCA and watch AAU ball, man. Like, because that's what you're getting on the court. The Martin twins, both of them are a disgrace. I don't want to hear nothing about Suns defense no more. I just saw him get cooked last night by Gilchrist Alexander. You know what I'm saying? Like, once again, I think the Clippers have shown us that defense in the new NBA is overrated. You know what I'm saying? Because when the going gets tough and you start driving to the basket, we know we live in an NBA now where you can barely breathe on anyone. So you can't check the way you used to. So, I mean, once again, this is analytical facts for people like Wolves to be spinning narratives. But you know what I'm saying? As far as Melo, I'm not one of them guys. I'm not gonna say that. I am worried about Melo's minutes. I do want Melo to get more minutes. I'm not looking for the future. You know what I'm saying? Because I want Melo to be great. I want Melo to be great, and I want him to start his career off great. I don't want him to start his career off the way that Lonzo did. Speaking of that, I gotta say this. And this is nothing against Lonzo, because Lonzo had a great game by Lonzo's standards tonight. You know what I'm saying? And if he continues to do this, he can play himself into that Jason Kidd type of role, and I hope he continues to do this. But never in life, in Lonzo's first season, did he shoot anywhere near 40% in any sample size.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Never in life. And DJ brought up a good point when it comes to the Lonzo LaMelo comparisons. They're two different players. They're on different teams. I know that everybody wants to see them together, but let them grow on their own. Let them find their own game before they go back to that Chino Hill style. You know what I'm saying? And then if they decide to play together later on in their career, that'll be dope. But they'll both have to get their shooting percentage up. Melo was doing this work in limited time. Once again, because I watch every night, because I don't want no excuses. All the rookies around Melo, for the most part, are getting double the damn minutes damn near. You know, Anthony Edwards, he had to play at least 30 minutes tonight. Tyrese Halliburton played a lot of minutes tonight. And Melo is still producing. For a 19-year-old kid off of the bench, producing the way that he's producing, what you don't want him to ever settle into, if Jordan is competitive, as you say, as an owner, I don't know if he's competitive as an owner. I'm not buying that narrative. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, if he was competitive, he would want a guy that would come in his front office who's the third pick and say, you drafted me as the third pick. Are you going to play me or not? Because I don't never want my third draft pick to ever be comfortable coming off the bench. I don't even want him to think that that's an option. Now, if it comes to that and I got to trade him, then that's on me. You know what I'm saying? But Melo, he controls the tempo too much. And we've seen back-to-back nights that when he leaves the game, the flow of the game completely changes. After you see this as a coach, once again, whose feelings are we protecting here? Are we protecting the 5'11" guard that's shooting damn near 34% from three this year? Is that who we protecting? A guy that we might be trading pretty soon anyway? You might actually have a shot at a play-in game if you go ahead and get your rotation established. I don't feel that way, but you beat Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? You beat Brooklyn no matter what it was, if Brooklyn wasn't taking you serious or not, you beat Brooklyn. So now this should be a piece to build on. You don't want to go to Dallas and lose by 42 nights from now because you're still trying to protect people's feelings. So what, you want to have Devonte Graham checking Luka Doncic?
Hell no.
That's what you about to do? Because they going to put him in that pick and roll. He going to end up there. So you might as well go ahead and see the matchup of the future. A lot of people have compared LaMelo to Luka Doncic. And before y'all say that's an insane comparison, I've been watching Luka. The only difference is Luka's team believes in him. Luka has a post-up game. And Luka understands pacing. But he understands pacing because he was given that chance to develop. So what you think, though, DJ?
Real talk. And before I go on, I want to say shout out to Hoop Jargon, a day one H-Town brother who's been supporting my channel. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, Hoop Jargon. The Hoop Jargon, if you didn't get the link, I would love for you to join the show because I know you're a real one. That's the difference, brother. That's a good analogy. Again, we get it. A lot of people are emotional when we make comparisons saying, oh, LaMelo's not Luka. But the only difference is, like you said, green light from the Mavericks, post-up game, mid-range game, stronger. That's the only difference, really. Because Luka's not really shooting a great percentage, but he gets to his spots. And you got to give him credit. You just got to give the brother credit. But like Revolution Radio stated, we've seen enough for LaMelo where we know his future is going to be great. It's the body language, man. It's that confidence. It's that dog in him. If anyone told me who's the closest to LeVar Ball's mental capacity out of all of his sons is LaMelo. It's LaMelo. He's a dog, man. He's a dog, and he
Yo,
wants
Melo hit a three in
his.
the corner tonight, DJ, in front of DeAndre Jordan and the rest of the Nets bench, and went to barking at him.
I
That's
saw
just
that.
that's Melo, man.
Real dog, man.
And that's what Katie and Kyrie love too about him. They love that. You know, that's how he gains respect from them older dudes, man, in the NBA. You come out playing like that.
Facts, man.
That's showing no fear. Because I mean, I don't see no fear in them at all. Like it's this is all politics for the coach. They trying to whatever they trying to do. We all know it. The good thing is that you got platforms like y'all's and Hoop Jargons and Saint Me. All y'all been on this, man. Everybody's been, you know, this group, and I think they hear it. You know, you can tell, and I think the pressure on them is it's gonna get rough as the season goes on. This ain't gonna keep going on. You know, it's gonna be hard to hide this kid. He's too good. You know, they need him, and the length showed tonight. The length, even when he's, you know, he's kind of on defense, you can tell he gets where he moves off his player a lot. You don't know if he knows where he's going, but his length helps him get back in it. He's hard to shoot around. I mean, he was on Kyrie today, and it was like he's so much taller than him. You know, Kyrie knew he had problems with him. You know, so it was.
Yo, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that, brother, but I didn't want to get fire roasted. Kyrie was not trying to check Melo. I saw that.
Man, that's just facts. You know, you got to. I'm watching the game again. I'm watching. I'm sitting here watching it while we speak. You know, Kyrie didn't really challenge him that much because of the length is the problem. Him and his brother both got that. They got that gift of length and them hand speed, you know, to where they can pick them pockets. And Durant, even when he was on Durant, it was a different feel because he's almost the same height. You know, that's a guard moving with you. And it's a different, you know, he hasn't even learned how to control his body yet. So with all the game and experience that LaMelo's gotten in the NBA so far, it hasn't even been enough to all the things that we're talking about he needs to fix. It's like, man, most people would have a summer league and preseason and time to, you know, really get all those things dialed in. He's right in the season doing it against Kevin Durant and Kyrie, man, tonight and won. So to me, this is a big night. You know,
and y'all see the respect LaMelo gains from Kevin Durant, Kyrie, other players. I'll tell you, dogs respect dogs, man. They love that, man.
They love Lonzo and LaMelo. I mean, they talk highly about both of them. I mean,
yeah, they do talk about highly about them. You know what's funny? You would think like, wow, the media has been saying all this shit about the Ball brothers, but the players still respect them.
Yep, they never have nothing bad to say about either one of them.
Never said anything bad.
If you oh my bad, DJ, go ahead.
No, I'll let you go on because you're about to say something real.
No, just real quick. If you a team player, you got to love Lonzo Ball. If you a guy that loves team basketball, like Lonzo would have killed it in Princeton offense. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a team player. Any system you need, Lonzo Ball can run it. But it's a difference. And I'm about to make this clear forever. I remember when Lonzo came in the league. Every guard that was playing Lonzo them first 20 games, other than the Suns, they were pressing Lonzo because they didn't respect his game. People don't press Melo the way they was pressing Lonzo. Because if you a ball player, when a guy got that kind of wiggle, at that kind of size, and he can drop you off and leave you looking like the boy on them decals, he's still on them decals out there in Australia right now from last year. Or he can hit a behind-the-back pass or a no-look alley-oop to Miles Bridges. You don't want to look stupid. Melo has a swagger about his game that even though he coming off the bench, it commands respect. And I really didn't realize how much respect it commanded to tonight. Tonight was the litmus test for me. It was the litmus test for the 6'8". Melo looked tall. Because like the brother was saying, he was standing next to Allen one time, boxing out. And I'm like, yo, Melo is really boxing out Allen right now.
Yep. That's what I saw.
Oh, boy, we got the brother Hoop Jargon in the building, man. All praise to the Most High. Welcome, my brother.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
What's up, man?
What you think about the Hornets and Brooklyn game and LaMelo's performance?
Well, it shows a few things, man. It shows that there's a lot of scrappiness in that Hornets team. For them to pull off a victory like that. Now, one thing I want to say is you can't get so up and down. I mean, the NBA season is full of a whole bunch of wins and losses, and the scope is really hard on the Hornets. So there could be a game that's kind of overlooked a little bit. I mean, from a team let's keep it a bill. That's a team that's going to be in championship contention. So, you're going to drop off games like that, in the midst of things, especially if you're overlooking your opponent going to the next one. Now, I'm not sure who they playing next, but, these things happen, man. Like, so it's they call it parity. So I think it's a good thing. But one thing I'm trying to do this, it's hard because, starting my YouTube journey is so tough. You want to be in a vacuum every game, over analysis, you know what I mean? And we just got to understand the big picture. Is like the reality is in a given NBA season, some of the lower teams going to beat some of the higher seed teams. And it's good not to read in too much of like individual stuff and like look at the body of work. So right now it's a young, scrappy team with a lot of athleticism. So they going to challenge people. And two, I heard y'all discussion about LaMelo. He going to come into his own. Like you just can't. Well, I mean, you can force it, but we seen guys like Markelle Fultz. He had like 30 today. Like it takes time for guards to develop, man. So I know he's gonna be fine. Like he's the dude I worry the least about. Like I'm not worried about LaMelo at all.
Yeah, man, good point.
I'm actually happy that Zoe's playing because Zoe's looking like trash. Like as we know in the bubble. So I'm more worried about Zoe than LaMelo. To be frank with y'all, man.
Man, this is the reason why I got hoop
jargon. I don't want to hurt no feelings.
It's gonna be fine, bro. LaMelo Ball will be fine, man.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, Lonzo got a light bulb right now. That dude, if people really watching basketball and are serious about basketball, you look at Lonzo's real stats. His defensive stat line is crazy.
Absolutely.
The way he shut down guards, the way he's defending, that alone is worth him getting a bag because no one's defending like him right now. And I guarantee you, a lot of guards don't want him on him. He was pitbulling tonight.
Yeah, he was, man. And shout out to Adam Hearn for the $6 super chat. He said, don't rate him to Luka. See him as slightly less athletic Penny Hardaway. NC is a perfect spot for him. As a project, NYC would have been a disaster. Patience. Brother, we are preaching patience. The only difference is with patience, there have to be direction. Let me repeat that. With patience, there has to be direction. And that's the only way you can guide a young rookie, a young player into reaching their potential. That's all most fans of LaMelo Ball ask for. It's not, I mean, I'm not tripping about him not starting because I know what he could be.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, I'm not worried about LaMelo Ball. I think he has the game, the mindset, like I said, the swagger. He's just that dude that you want on your team. If I'm a coach, I want a guy like LaMelo Ball. I want someone to put a show. I don't need no scary MFs on my team if I was a coach. So thank you for supporting the channel. And anyone who wants to support the channel, this is supported to Cash App since you two want to take half of everything, which I disagree. But all right.
Yeah, man, I'm with Hoop Jargon on that too, DJ, to be real with you. Anybody that's looking at this game with the Brooklyn Nets and looking at that as a litmus test for where Hornets is going to be, they tripping. I don't even look at no wins or losses right now. I'm not concerned with none of that. What I'm concerned with is the culture they're building. And there definitely is a young culture on that team that can be built. And I agree partially with, it's a learning experience, it's a process. Yeah, if it's not the Hornets, it's the Hornets. Ain't no process. They need to. They don't need no process. What they need to do is blow it up and see what the hell they got right now. That's all you got to do. It ain't rocket science. It ain't hard. I'm back and forth between Los Angeles and Atlanta, and I was in Atlanta a lot, bro. And you know what I'm saying? The first year with the Hawks, and the Hawks weren't doing anything. But what they were doing was saying, okay, we traded Luka Doncic for this kid, Trae Young. All right? So we're going to see what we got. And now they got Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? And the Hornets, they need to stop kidding themselves. There's no process. You have no track record of winning. Don't look at other teams because you're not other teams, obviously. See what you got in LaMelo Ball and see what you got in Miles Bridges. You know what I'm saying? Because we all, as basketball watchers, you know what I'm saying? We all know that Gordon Hayward can go down at any moment. And if Terry Rozier is truly on the trading block, you got to start getting points from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You got to be at least respectable in these games. So I just want to see them start building this highlight reel culture. That's all you got to do. The season is a success if you do that alone for the Charlotte Hornets. To have so many of us talking about a Charlotte Hornets game, it's a win for them already. So right now, I think they need to be focusing on building culture. I can't see Anthony Edwards go 6 for 21. I'm telling y'all, the rookie excuse is over. I can't see this kid get plus 30 minutes, go 6 for 21, and hear why Melo needs to be slow walk. I can't hear that no more. And Tyler Halliburton getting 30-plus minutes and not scoring a point last night or scoring 3 points last night, but bouncing back and scoring more tonight because he's given the opportunity. Get a kid the opportunity, man.
Well, why does Walton want to give people opportunities now, man? He must learn from Lonzo.
Well, shoot, when you fail so many times, you know, you one day wake up, and that's Luke Walton. You learn from his mistakes because LeBron and company, LeBron was like, I ain't about to have Luke Walton. When they was talking about Luke Walton's contract at the end of the year, this was LeBron's first year. LeBron let it be known, I'm not having Luke Walton as my coach. I'm going to win anything. So you know how bad of a coach he is. But really, the Kings are winning so far because, like Revolution Radio said, it's too early to tell. This is a weird year. This is a COVID-19 year, and no off-season, no true off-season, no rookie counts. So we got to give about 2 months until we see who the real good teams are. Example, the Boston Celtics lost today. They're 1-2. You really think the Boston Celtics are going to be a below playoff team?
Hell no. Hell no.
So no chance.
Calm down.
I think Cleveland might have a shot
at what?
At least a play-in game.
Shot at what?
A play-in game.
If they keep this up.
Okay.
Man, people gotta realize that like in between the regular season, like teams are gonna go on two to 3 game losing streaks all the time. Like you gotta stop overreaction, man.
Not the Lakers. Lakers won't.
I mean, we're not talking about the Lakers. We're talking about just the majority teams in the NBA.
Been the best part of advice I ever got is being a basketball player. Basketball is a game of runs, man. So exactly. You can't get too high, you can't get too low. You just understand trends, man, and that's how you should evaluate. I get it. Sometimes we're emotional. We like players. We dislike players, but you should always try to redirect yourself and understand trends, man, because this basketball is always gonna be up and down like that. Always.
Yeah.
Some real stuff, man. St. Me said, Rev, all truth. Yes, he is. That's why I invite him on the show, man. I just let Rev cook, man, and real shit is going to be said. So shout out to Revolution Radio, St. Me's, Hoop Jargon, man. CA3. Man, support their content, man. Support their work. It's not about me. This is all about the real, raw truth that you all deservedly need. I mean, we all make this possible. Jam Will says, let LaMelo learn. Everyone is quickness this time, first round, playing with these teams second half of the season, he will be more comfortable. Yeah, we're not really tripping about him coming off the bench. We're just saying if he comes off the bench, let him be a point guard. I don't care if it's 20 minutes.
I mean, but part of that learning process is playing him minutes so he can go through those. He can go through those phases of having some bad phases. Like you look at Anthony Edwards, I'm sure like he had a horrible night today, but I'm sure it's going to help him next game because you know he went through his bad phases, and you know, and the fact that the coach was still willing to play him for 30-something minutes, I'm sure it's going to give him confidence next game. So it's part of the learning process.
He had to come to the Kang tonight.
Reality check, my brother.
That's it. He had to come to the Kang.
Hey,
I tell you
and
what,
DJ, right? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, what you say? Who Journey? You gonna say something?
No, I was saying, and DJ, right, man? Because here's the thing, man. People got to understand, man. To be great in this league, it's a process. You got to learn. The first thing you learn is conditioning. To learn to be in shape, to go up and down that long. And I'll admit it to this: my first real Division I practice when I played at Stephen F. Austin State University, man. We beat Duke last year. At Duke, first team to do that like in 10 years, and we are a low D1 team. So my first official scrimmage when we had to play with like college referees in the William Johnson Coliseum, man. Shout out to my lumberjacks listening, all two of y'all probably. But the thing was, like, I was a freshman, very athletic. I didn't have the ability to run up and down court consistently and understand the level you had to be at that level. Because high school, I was fine. College was different. So LaMelo Ball, what people don't understand is he's going through his preseason shit too with this stuff. So it ain't so much that they don't think he can handle it just from a talent standpoint. It's conditioning. It's positions on the court. It's getting used to the NBA style. It's all this stuff that's going into it right now. That's why a lot of, rookies are getting handled with kid gloves when you got reserves at the same position. So you got to kind of understand that this is, like I said, it's a pandemic season. You didn't get a true off season. So you can't expect a flash in the pan when you understand the full process. And the full process is he got to just go through them things, man. And when he get to time, he's shown 16 points in 15 minutes. That is hella efficient. He got that in him. He got it in him, man. So it's going to come. And I don't worry about him because that's just, I love the comment talking about that he got the most mentality of LeVar. Like he's unabashedly about what he's about. He's not scared. You know how these media people try to say, "Oh, well, you put too much pressure." He don't care about that. He don't care about that. He's been a millionaire since he's been 16. So with that being said, man, I think people just, if you appreciate the process, you will not be so jumpy about things that it's just going to be in his storyline. Because after a while, if he sit the first 15 games and the next, 50, you won't even remember that part. You'll know where he at right when he started, when the baby birds start flying, man. So I promise you, I'm not worried about him at all. I'm just knowing that he's going through his natural process for a rookie who's been moved up in grade. Everybody comes back. He's been moved up. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be a freshman in college right now. You feel me? So I'm not worried at all, man.
Amazing, man. Money Bags Lawson, who is a notable Charlotte fan. He's a Charlotte Hornet fan. He let it be known. He said it's not even about winning in Charlotte. We have other shit to worry about, player development and culture. So he's saying player development and culture is the most important objective for the Charlotte Hornets. I agree.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I agree, man.
But they
It's
need
not
to
like
get
your
better,
team
bro.
is the Celtics or anybody.
Hell yeah. Word up.
Yeah, that's what they need to be worried about.
I mean, you ain't gonna win anything right now, so that's what you got to worry about right now. That's got to be your main priority because you can't have winning as your priority when you can't really win with the roster you have right now.
Yep. And once you accept that, everything else will come so much better. You can't worry about the haters. They looking for every moment for him to have a bad stat line. And I guarantee them same dudes ain't watched the game. So you can't worry about that. You want to see the big picture. That's why I told DJ, DKM, Ball Facts back in February, I want him to go to the Golden State Warriors. And I knew he wouldn't play early, but he would develop that winning culture. And then when it's time, boy, LaMelo Ball going to be a damn fool with it. So, I'm okay with the slow burn.
Nah, see, hoop jargon, I think you said something God loves right there. Bro, I was pulling for Golden State. I was pulling for that Golden State look because, see, with the Golden State thing, what you saying, really, it justifies it. It really does justify it. And I think what the fans in Charlotte are saying, what the Instagram fans are saying, because y'all better not ever sleep on the fact that 3pointconversion.com, Instagram, Twitter, if y'all don't think those fans affected Melo getting 5 more minutes tonight, because I saw James Borregos getting roasted last night on YouTube, on Twitter, everywhere else, and the guy from 3 Point Conversion was asking questions he was getting from YouTube to James Borrego. Like when you a
Damn, that's
guy like
crazy.
Borrego's, his leash is very short, bro.
Yeah.
His leash is very short. So he don't want to lose his job. And no matter what process they're talking about in Charlotte, they do not want to lose his attention that they get now. So I think Hoop Jargon is right. I think the brother gonna be starting. Like somebody was saying, I think before he plays Zoe or when he plays Zoe for the national televised game, Devonte Graham gonna be coming off the bench, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
let me say this real
he
quick,
has
and I
to.
think that was a very cogent comment because I didn't even think about that. You know, Daryl Morey has been on record as long as 8 years ago to say that GMs look in chat rooms, believe it or not. They looking to get the tenor of what like fans think, especially the local fans. So they do, believe it or not, they do look at that shit. So that I think that's a very cogent point, brother.
Man,
Yeah. I saw the brother. He was on YouTube last night. They was like, "Yo, stop all this playing, man. We don't care nothing about none of that. We here for Melo. Yo, ask the coach what's up with Melo minutes." And he said, "All right." And this morning, he asked the coach about Melo minutes.
That's
You know
real.
what I'm saying? Yo, the Charlotte media department is not crazy. They know that their numbers are insane right now. Jordan is not gonna, he's not gonna appease Devonte Graham too much longer, and lose this fire that could be LaMelo Ball. And my bad, brother, whoever was about to speak.
Oh man, no, it's a great conversation, man. I was gonna. This is probably James Borrego trying to talk to Michael Jordan. I'm gonna act this out, right?
Oh
You
shit.
know, MJ, this is very tough. They're asking questions. Can you fix this? Can you rectify the situation? Keep asking me questions about LaMelo, and this is Michael Jordan smoking a stogie. Shit, he giving me money. I don't give a damn.
Damn, I
You
just
fix
closed
it.
my eyes. I thought you was Jordan, bro.
He counting his money. Like, Negro, I'm good. He give me money.
Thanks.
To Hoop Jargon's point, man, like, but when he does get in the lineup and when he does start getting more minutes, I think you said something that was important, man. We got to be prepared for the ups and downs that come with that. Because, like I said, I got to keep it real. As much as I see moments where Melo got the game flowing, there are some moments where it seems like, especially with whatever system they're running in Charlotte, that, it's going to take some time for him to really get comfortable with his pace. So, I'm gonna keep that in mind, Hoop Jargon. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
On some
sir.
of the nights, Lee ass down nights.
Yes, sir. It's coming, bro. I'm only saying this. I run a big ass sports group for almost 9 years now, bro. I see grown ass men take time out their day to highlight anytime LaMelo, LiAngelo, well, not so much LiAngelo, but anytime Lonzo or LaMelo got something bad happening. Grown men with grown careers take time out their day to highlight that shit. And you know what? I go further. Ex-NBA players do it. And I'm gonna say a name and he know affectionately, that's my boy. Tierre Brown. He played with Kobe. He played for the Lakers. He played with Yao Ming for the Rockets. Look him up. He's from Louisiana. Tierre, my guy, he's a funny. He's like, if y'all follow Gilbert Arenas on social media, he the same way. That boy is just like No Chill Gil. This dude, every time LaMelo or Zoe got something that's not good, that boy be on their ass every time. Never post not one time about when they're doing well. So you just got to understand this. If it's an ex-NBA guy, a tenured NBA guy, have that mentality. Think about what the average Joes do. So you just got to, when you start overstanding people's behavior, it affects you less because you know that they speaking from a place of inadequacy, in my opinion. And they're looking for anything to cut down LeVar's overarching message. So when you understand that and you just kind of eliminate that shit and just evaluate it for what it is, it's a lot more blissful to enjoy the journey. Let me say that.
Man, y'all speaking that fire, man. We got Hoop Jargon Revolution on the same panel, man.
Let's get it.
They should have never had this happen, man.
Never gave you niggas money.
Hey, like I told you, Hoop Jargon, they should have never gave me live stream. I'm doing these things back to back to
Boy,
back.
you going hard, dog.
Man, I'm just too real for YouTube, man. Shout out to YouTube for giving me a platform. But I gotta admit, man, I'm too real for y'all, man. I mean, I invite real. I let the brother. Here's the thing. I had a great conversation with you, Hoop Jargon, about this when I told you about doing this live stream. I said, I want every brother that comes on this panel to have a voice, even if they don't have a channel. Yep. You know why? Because we all learn.
Yep.
We learn something new. You never know. Someone on this panel could say something about a player or they spotted something, right? And we'll be like, man, we didn't even think of that.
Thanks.
That's the joy of doing channels like this.
Thanks.
Ain't nothing better than that.
DJ, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir, my brother.
And this for everybody on the panel, but I'm gonna start off with DJ. When Melo starts, when he cracks the starting lineup, you coaching the Charlotte Hornets. Who's your starting five and who's your first man off the bench?
Is this one more question? Is this if they trade Terry or if are we asking like the players are still there now?
No, it's Scary Terry is still in town.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So LaMelo Ball, Scary Terry, whatever they call him, Terry. I don't give a damn what they call him. Miles Bridges, Gordon Hayward, and man, I would love to see the brother from Duke start, Vernon Carey. He got good hands. He's strong, but he's a rookie, and James Borrego is not really too fond of rookies, so I just put Biyombo in there since Cody Zeller's injured, and I'll keep that as the 5.
Who you rocking with?
That's a good lineup. Terry Rozier, just because he's a bucket getter. I don't love his game. I never liked him since Boston, to be honest.
Facts.
I liked him out of Louisville, but he's a tweener trying to masquerade as a point guard. But he get buckets. He understands the NBA game. I'm cool with him starting at the 1. Fine. Obviously, LaMelo Ball. Obviously, Gordon Hayward. Bridges is cool, and I'm cool with Biyombo. This is what Biyombo's second stop in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good with Biyombo. He got a 6'9" African defensive-minded guy who knows his role. I'm cool with him as Zeller, to your point. I guess if you press me, I would go Biyombo. He has a little more experience, in my opinion. So, yeah, that'd be my starting 5 if I had it my way.
Who your other brothers got?
I'm starting LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges, Gordon Hayward, and Bismack Biyombo, like all the other guys have. And my first guy off the bench would be it'll be Devonte Graham, but that he'd be the first guy off the bench, that's really it. There's really nobody else that I would really. That would be the main guy that would be getting most minutes off the bench. There's not really anybody else that I really like off the bench, really. So
I agree with your lineups, man. I think I'm gonna play with the bench. I'm gonna say that I see one of the Martin twins as a Josh Hart type of player. One of them.
Oh my God!
I'm talking about. I said one of them. I didn't say I need both of them. I mean, I get rid of but one of them. But if I have one of them,
I'll get rid of both of them.
Yeah, I just see one of them is a little bit of a work hog, and you need that sometimes. Go out there and get some. He's always in the rebound. I think number 11. I can't tell which one it is.
I think that's Cody, I think.
Yeah, but he's always in the rebound, always getting the ball. He's always everywhere the ball is, and that player has a value. Like Josh Hardy at the first, when he first came to the Lakers, it was like, what is he doing? But all of a sudden you saw his work ethic and he became like just like he is now. He's gonna get the ball, he's gonna drive it in. There's a place for him if he's coached in the right system, but when you got the 2 brothers on there, there's no way for that to work. So it would have to be Graham, as a default. But I don't like Graham because to me, I'm not a fan of the solo game, the ISO game. James Harden can score 60 points a game. I know he's great, but like Kobe said, you'll never win a championship. So championships is what this is about. It's not individual stats.
Mm-hmm. I hate that you did Jay Hart like that, my guy. Because I remember Jay Hart
I'm trying to give the Twins something because at the end of the day, they do work hard. They do work hard.
Man,
Yep.
it's a lot of brothers working hard, bro.
Yeah, but they get in the, there's a way they get in the way. You know what I mean? They're always in the way somehow, and that's good.
No, I'm gonna tell you the word you're looking for. It's utility player. That's what
Right.
Josh Hart. He's a top-notch utility player. Well, he's not top-notch. He getting there, but yeah, utility player is what you're looking for.
Like
What
Rick
the word
Fox.
you're looking for.
Rick Fox was a utility player.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, he AC Green. You know, those type of players they put it on the court. You're like, well, what do they do? Their stats like
trash, man.
There you go.
Right.
I mean, yeah, like a glue guy. Like that's why I call Caruso. That's why I call Caruso on the Lakers.
Right.
He's a glue guy.
Here's the thing, man. I gotta say this, Shanker. You're my dude. Let me start with Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin, he should be in the G League. And I'm being nice. Take his ass to the G League since he don't want to pass the ball to LaMelo Ball. I'm tired of seeing that type of crap on the court. And as a fan of basketball, I'm not trying to watch for that shit.
No,
and I'm not trying to pay for my damn league pass to watch some damn Martin twins stink it up the junk, playing fake defense. That's a waste of money.
Man, there's not a lot of options, DJ. This is you said with the current team. This is not a favorite. There's nobody.
I'll trade them for a bag of Cheetos.
I really only got 3 players. I don't even got a top 5. There's only 3 players on that team, really, for me. I don't really see anybody else. You know, it's just like it's hard to put a top 5 together off of that team.
I get what you said, man. I was just making
good points all the way around here.
Check this starting 5. I'm gonna go crazy with the starting 5.
Oh,
I'm gonna take out of Sacramento, man. 1999, 2000, right? So we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna have Melo at the 1. We're gonna have Scary Terry at the 2. We're gonna put Gordon Hayward at the 3. We're gonna run Miles Bridges at the 4. And we're gonna run PJ Washington at the 5. Now you can't do that long because you're gonna get out rebounded.
Clearly.
But no. If you look at the majority of the rebounds is coming from Charlotte right now, it's coming from that forward position. Especially when they play Melo as small forward. So it's Melo and Gordon Hayward, they're doing a lot of the rebounding. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, Biyombo can go crazy right now with his minutes. So I would get PJ in there early and I would get him out early. I would stagger those minutes between him and the rest of the centers on the team. So, but my 6th guy coming off the bench, it would have to be Graham. It's a no-brainer. And DJ kind of stole my thunder, bro, because I was about to say Caleb and Corey or Cody or whatever, they'll be playing for the Charlotte Wasps or whatever the G team is out there, bro. But I like that lineup. I think that's an exciting lineup. I think it's a small ball lineup. It'll be a lot of highlight reels and it'll be a lot of losses, but you would see what you got. And if I'm not mistaken, for the Moneybags loss that he live in Charlotte, I feel like they're trying to develop McDaniels. So those minutes that are going to the Martin twins, really, you need to be seeing what you got in McDaniels. This is his 2nd year. But you can never really see him because you got the great cats from the state of Nevada taking 35 minutes.
That's funny.
I like that lineup, actually. The one lineup you just did, brother. I ain't gonna lie. That is not. I mean, that's better than me bringing up Martin twin off the bench. I mean, I'm getting desperate there, so it was all desperate.
PJ Washington getting you blown out by 30 every night.
Every night.
Boy, they tough cold out there, boy.
I don't know how long you can ride on Biz Biyombo, and I like Biz coming off the bench better. And like I said, we saying that hoop jargon, but in this up and down league, bro, you're going to have some nights when all them boys is clicking where you're going to have a lot of 15-point leads. Because a lot of
that lineup, though.
Yeah, no. With this lineup that you're talking about, really, the last 2 nights, that's how they expanded their lead.
Bro,
they were getting up and down the court.
Bro, with all due respect, I think that's more blip than trend, man. At some point, you got to have some resistance, man. And Biyombo, don't get me wrong, he probably the 50th center I'm picking in the He know his role out there. And there's something to be said about that, man. Just a workhorse who just going to do the dirty work, man. That's all I'm saying, brother.
I remember they were calling him Baby Matumbo, man, in the playoffs.
Oh man, boy. We got Josh Hart and we got Matumbo, huh?
Man, he the homeless Matumbo. He ain't even the poor man Matumbo. He's the homeless Matumbo.
Midget Matumbo.
The midget Matumbo. Yo, wow, man. Boy, we got, like I said, we got Hoop Jargon, Revolution Radio, Shanker, CA3. Man, ain't nothing better than this. I mean, we got everybody in the chat. Hit that like button, man.
And we keeping it respectable out here, man. Nobody calling nobody no crazy names, calling the task. That's what I like about your platform, DJ.
Hoop Jargon, why you worried about Lonzo, bro? Tell us the truth, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it.
Great question.
You say you more worried about Zoe than Melo. Talk to us.
Great question. So I'm worried about Lonzo with him hitting that next gear because let's keep it a beam, man. When he came in, I had expectations to be the next Jason Kidd, but I was not going to put it on him to be that immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a long time to learn, and people talking about he's going to be the next. What's my man who won Rookie of the Year like 2 years previous? Michael Carter-Williams?
Yeah.
So people say, oh, Lonzo going to be like that when he killed in the Summer League. I'm like, oh, no. He's way better than Michael Carter-Williams. So, you know, it was that juxtaposition there about what he was going to be. And I want him to be the next Jason Kidd. But Jason Kidd, even if he won Rookie of the Year, Rookie of the Year with Grant Hill, it took time for him to really become the Jason Kidd we know. So I want him to get to that next level, him to be a re-up guy with contractually speaking. And I think Lonzo just got confidence issues. You know, you watch him, because here's the thing. People try to typecast LaMelo with the same thing to me. Well, he don't want no contact with the basket. I'm like, what? He talking about he like Lonzo. Like, LaMelo goes to the rack, and he absorbs contact and still try to finish. Lonzo won't do it, man. I don't know what in his brain that won't let him go. And I was on somebody else's show the other day. And I was like, you got to have that mentality to finish. Like, when I played high school, I had all the hops in the world. But I just would not dunk on people. Like, when I was in college, I would. And it's just like you got to mentally get to that next level where even if you know you're going to miss the dunk, you try to, excuse my French, you try to put a motherfucker goddamn face in the rim. Even if you know you're going to miss it, just the next time they move out the way. You know what I'm saying? That's what Westbrook, y'all know I hate Russell Westbrook, but I give him props.
You hate Russell Westbrook? Damn.
Yeah, man. Westbrook OD, bro.
Low level. I like to say OD. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying that. I just do not like his game. That is the worst thing you can do as a point guard, play like Russell Westbrook, in my opinion, as far as a high-level point guard is concerned. So Zoe needs some of that Westbrook, though. Just go with reckless abandon. You're 6'6", long arms, nice athleticism. At some point, you got to strike fear in somebody hard offensively. You can't just be a spot-up, cross-court, three-point guy, just throwing the ball up. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you got to challenge the defense off the dribble. So that's why I'm worried about Zoe. And I'm not worried about LaMelo because he got that in his DNA already. So that's what I mean by that. Not saying that I think he's going to be a bad player. I just want him to be more assertive.
Brother, man, I got to say this. CA3, I'm cool with 313. We had a conversation because I posted on Twitter. I said the only thing holding back Zoe is Zoe mentally.
There you go.
He needs to be consistent. And 313 told me, oh, man, that last game with the Heat, they were packing the paint and they weren't allowing them to go through the paint. I said, man, I don't care who's packing the paint. You take your 6'6", 215 ass, and you'll drive it down the basket or do a mid-range.
Yo.
I mean, come on, man. Stop making excuses.
Facts.
God damn.
Yeah. I mean, Zoe. Yeah, I see with Zoe, man. It's definitely mentally like you can tell like sometimes he's not there. He just wants to be passive. Like when Zoe wants to get it, he gets it. But when you see he doesn't want to get it, he doesn't get it. So that's just how it is, man.
Man, Zoe 6'6", but he laid the ball up like he 5'10".
Man, facts.
He does not play above the rim. He does not explode. He does not explode when he's attacking the rim. I'm not talking about his speed. I'm talking about off the ground. He lays the ball up like he's expecting to get his shot blocked.
Yep.
I have been look. When I say I'm a Lakers fan, bro, Lakers, bro. Like, I love the Lakers. But with that being said, I've been worried about Zoe since the Lakers, man. Like, to Hoop Jargon's point, to DJ's point, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but I've always said this, man. I really question, because I played ball in high school, I played ball in college, you know what I'm saying, Wallace State. And you just know a hooper when you see a hooper, bro. Like, it don't matter what kind of shoes he got on, no matter what he wearing. If he a hooper, you can tell he a hooper. And when I look at Zoe, man, like, I do not know if Zoe plays the game because his father's LeVar Ball, or does he play the game because he loves the game? When I see LaMelo, I see a kid that loves the game, man. I see a kid that is energetic about the next game. When I'm watching Lonzo and he just sitting in the corner 7 possessions straight, I'm thinking to myself, like, are you doing this by trade? Or are you doing this because you mastering this sport? You love this sport. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know, man. This is the 4th season. And if this is what we get from Lonzo, which is around 16 points a game, great defensively, I think he can be a certain version of Jason Kidd on the right team. But as I keep telling y'all, with the way the Pelicans are orchestrated right now, you're never going to see north of 7 or 8 assists for Lonzo, or 6.5, because Brandon Ingram, he dominates the ball too much. Zoe might just be the corner guy right now, man. That get off on certain nights, man. Like, but I'm worried too, Hoop Jargon.
No, it's just too many facilitators, and you're right, bro. Like, with Zoe, it's just, I don't question if he likes basketball. Now, that is a very solid point, because I played with a lot of guys. They don't love basketball like you think. And to be frank, at one point I was deciding, like, do I love basketball like that? Because it came more of a job than like fun. And I want to say this though, like, Zoe is a big guy. Like, I'm 6'6", 6'7" in that range. I played post. This dude a point guard at that size. So I'm a little more critical than most, because I know at that size, at point guard, dog, you are imposing. You are a big ass dude. And mentality-wise, it's just frustrating to see him still. It's like he plays like he's 6'1" sometimes. And I'm like, dog, you are a specimen, dog. You are a athletic phenom, even though you don't have like Westbrook bounce to, come back around to what I'm saying. But you got moderate to supreme athleticism, but you got to have a want to, though. And that's something that, it does frustrate me about the brother, man.
Yeah, man. We all know Lonzo has talented defense, great passer. And I defended Lonzo today. Someone was trying to tell me on Twitter that LeBron James is a better passing talent than Lonzo. And I had to stop right there. I said that
That's tough,
LeBron.
DJ.
Yeah, but let me say this. LeBron knows, with his high IQ and his ability to attack the basket, he will always have more assist numbers. But the pure passing talent,
I get that.
Lonzo has the best pure passing talent in a long time. It's up to him, Lonzo Ball,
man,
to know when to use that gift.
DJ, I don't know, man. Once again, maybe I'm just a PTSD'd out Lakers fan. Maybe I'm being a fan right now, because, like I said, man, like, great passers, they got to be separated. Like, Lonzo is a transitional full court passer, pass ahead, hockey assist guy. On the pick and roll, he's exceptional. Half court lob, he's exceptional. A lot of things got to go right for those things to happen, though, and that's why his assist numbers be down. LeBron, LaMelo, these guys create assists, and that's another point I wanted to touch on when it came to Zoe. Zoe is okay, man. Zoe is not very creative, man. Like, his game, like, when you really look at it, is not really creative, and he needs a lot of things to go right in order for those passes. Like tonight, I saw him with a nice shovel pass in the lane. It's been so long since I've seen Lonzo do something like that. Penetrate, get in the lane, and shovel it off. You know what I'm saying? Where it's not deflected, because people have been sagging off him for so many seasons. They know he wants to pass. as far as creative passer, I don't know if off the dribble, Lonzo's a better passer than Bron or Melo. I don't know, DJ. That's a
Yeah,
tough one. You got me
I didn't
thinking
say
about
off the dribble. I just said pure passer, like the passing, the natural. We all agree that LeBron James is a better creative passer than Lonzo. His scoring ability and his IQ helps with that. So teams will not play the passing lanes. Remember, Lonzo Ball had his worst number of turnovers last year because he was very passive
Yep.
and people were sitting on those passing lanes.
Yep.
And that's why I told a lot of folks, I said, man, I'm not saying that Lonzo needs to attack the basket just so he could pile up some stats. I'm saying that he needs to attack the basket so he can keep teams honest.
Keep the defense honest. There you go.
That's all I ask from him.
But hey, DJ,
Yes.
let me say this to you, man, because I'm high on Lonzo game right now, because especially after his defensive game today, I really his defensive game, I loved it today. But I'm gonna say this, man. Like, we always talk about Lonzo, and it's not. I mean, the whole stigma of him being passive has been since he left UCLA. He's been passive since De'Aaron Fox. We know we can always don't look at the fact that his mom had a stroke when he played him during that game. We just ignore that. Don't look the fact that he got put under Luke Walton, who benched him, as a starter. He spent more time on the bench than he did on the court. Then he had ankle issues, knee issues, and all this. There was a lot that this kid got. And I feel like now he finally got to where he's developing, finally got to work on his game, finally got a man body. You could tell that he got man strength now. He's not fragile as he was before. He's not getting banged around and falling, going down, getting injured for 8 weeks, off of one, drop to the ground. So I think that played on his psyche. But knowing him growing up, man, Lonzo, even before Chino Hills, playing him in AAU ball, he had flash like you wouldn't believe. That's why the gyms were sold out. I mean, it wasn't just about his passing. This dude was in the air. He got crazy hops. And I feel like now that his body has gotten caught up to him, I think more as the time develops. But I think it also helps if he has a team that starts to set him up on shots. Today I saw Brandon Ingram give him a slingshot where he just gave it to him and Lonzo ran it around and did a fast layup. Like, his team sets him up. Like, he ain't had no plays drawn for him. They've been drawing up plays for JJ Redick, and what did that get him today? JJ Redick was shooting bricks out. It's like he couldn't find a basket today, but Stan left him out there and wanted him to keep shooting him until the game almost got lost. Got away from him. So that, to me, Lonzo, if he got a couple plays where they start working him into getting off the move, because sitting him in the corner, that's never been his game. He's always been a person who's been able to shoot on the move, and they don't let him do that. When he's pressing, stealing the ball and going, that's his game. And if people really watched his history, they know how he plays. And he hasn't had a coach that played to his system yet. And I mean, that's why when we talk about, his passiveness and stuff, to me, this is all still him trying to learn, how do I change my whole mentality of playing to fit this? Because really, he is a fast player. He is a go player, but he don't have a team that really facilitates that. Neither do coaches yet. But Stan Van Gundy, I think, is the closest one we've seen to letting him actually run.
Yeah, no one wants to give up on Lonzo Ball. We're definitely not doing it. We just want to see consistency on offense. We know he's a great defender and a talented passer. It's not too much to ask for, and that's for his teammates not always giving him the ball. But that's what being a point guard is about. Sometimes you got to be that dog and tell him, like, look, I'm the point guard. We running it this way. We're going to play as a team. If I was in Lonzo's shoes, I'll tell everybody like this. We haven't made the playoffs in a while because we always played a selfish brand of basketball. We never had good looks. We never do this. Let's play the right way, and I promise you good shit will happen. You just got to be that dog as a point guard. You can't allow people to run over you as a point guard. People always say that Chris Paul is arrogant and stuff. No, Chris Paul's a leader because he doesn't allow anyone to tell him what to do on that court.
Mm-hmm.
When you're that point guard, this is my rock, and I control shit here. That's what I want Lonzo to do. I don't want when he has that ball, wave them suckers out. If you got someone like Duncan Robinson on you, now I don't give a damn if it was freaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in that paint. I'm taking it to the hole because I got a weak, tall shooter who don't play defense on me. That's what I would do, and that's what I want to see from Lonzo. So if Lonzo keeps this up, this will be great for his career. But we don't need to see any more 6-point games. We don't need to see any soft layups. He's 6'6", 215 now. If you ain't gonna make a layup, you better dunk on somebody.
Thanks.
Let me repeat that. If you're not gonna make a layup, you better freaking dunk on somebody.
Thanks. Man, and I want to add to that, DJ. I got 2 words, man. Adjust. Well, 3 words. Adjust and who cares? So to the point about the NBA. Yeah, that you would love an ideal situation, man. One of my good friends, he played ABA basketball. He loves Jimmer Fredette, white guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually on Overtime. They call him White Jesus. He's a lot younger than me. He's one of my players at Prairie View, man. He's a white guy playing at historically black college. This dude, Alex, loves Jimmer Fredette. So Jimmer Fredette, he's like, man, nobody ever gave him an opportunity. I'm like, dog, he didn't play for like 5 teams over the span of 10 years. He still can't get it done. You feel me? And this conversation took place last year. I'm like, dog, he's been in the NBA for a long ass time. He's not good enough. The NBA is not going to open. He played for the Suns last year. So they're not going to open up this perfect lane for you just because you think you're special, first and foremost. So I can't keep giving Zoe that excuse that nobody acquiesced into his type of play. Because at the NBA level, nobody owes you shit at the end of the day. I get it. It's unfair, but it's fair in the same sense because everybody comes in with the same expectation that you're the best of the world, so now it's time to shift to the best of the best. And the part, who cares? The part that's saying that, bring about the mother stroke and the offseason and the injury, all that is fair and well and good. But the fact of the matter is, in the NBA, everybody got a goddamn story. Everybody got people trying to hang on, steal their money, thoughts trying to expose them. You name it, everybody got some situations. So we got to separate that. It sounds like a woman who, she go through all these dudes ain't shit. Oh, man, I went through all this in my life. And you trying to meet a new guy, and you trying to have him have you with a clean slate. And the new guy like, I don't give a shit. It's like, what do you bring to me?
Thanks.
At the end of the day, I get it. You went through all this shit. Fine. What do you bring to me? And that's how NBA teams look at players. So I got to be real, and I got to be honest about how Zoe's situation is. I can't keep giving excuses. We in year 4. So all these factors. So at some point, you got to adapt and find your lane and find where you're gonna thrive and survive in this league. And so that's the stride I'm waiting on the brother to hit.
Man, Hoop Jargon, I'm so glad you said that, bro. DJ was talking about that a couple of days ago. We was talking about that on here, man. Like, I know a lot of the brothers that support Zoe and are passionate about the Ball family. A lot of times those talking points are brought up. But you're right, man. Unfortunately, we're not disrespecting Tina Stroke, but the league don't care. You know what I'm saying? And the average fan don't care. And I mean, we're the reason why we're so crucial on Lonzo on his 4th year. We know it's a contract year coming up, and the chances of him getting a coach that Taylor makes 20% of the offense for him on a team with Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson is slim to none.
Thanks.
Because if we being real, Lonzo has placed himself in his role by always acquiescing to the Brandon Ingram 21-second shot clock play, where Brandon Ingram gets the ball off the board and dribbles the ball for 21 seconds. That's been going on since the Lakers. That's been going on since the Lakers. And that's why when he got traded with the Pelicans, and he got traded with that same group of guys, I was like, oh my God. Like, Lonzo can't catch a break, but it is what it is now. You know what I'm saying? I sent DJ a link after the game, and Lonzo is sitting up there, post-game interview. Oh, yeah, we all know B.I. is the guy. At the end of the game, I'm just moving out the way and just letting him do his thing. Okay, so he's already accepted. At least he's a second or third option. You know what I'm saying? At least. So no coach is really going to be drawing up a lot of offense
for a guy who admitted, that's fair.
Right. They're gonna draw up offense for specialty players like JJ Redick and specialty moments when they need a three. You know what I'm saying? They need to go in and get and one or an easy two is gonna be the Zion Williamson. And when it comes to the ISO ball, they going to Brandon Ingram. So where does that leave Lonzo?
Yeah.
That's why we worry. We're reading the tea leaves. We was talking about the contract. I kept telling people, I'm like, bro, I'm not saying Zoe didn't have any options to re-sign. I'm not saying they didn't offer him any extension. I'm just saying it looks like they drafted his replacements. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it objectively. To me, I'm going on record and saying, to me, the best situation in the National Basketball Association for Lonzo Ball is the LA Clippers. Because if he goes to the Clippers, he can be one of them throwback guards that facilitates for Kawhi and Paul George and is a hard-nosed defender. Maybe that's just what Lonzo is in the league. Everybody that goes to the league is not the starter we thought they were going to be, but they're stars in the things that they can do. And maybe this is what Lonzo is. I'm coming to this realization.
Facts.
I came to that realization. I think that's where I'm at, you know.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing for Lonzo to be a defender. He may get you 15, 16 points a game. You know, I'm cool with that. Look at the Pelicans. I gave Lonzo props. When Lonzo has a good game, Pelicans are above 500. I mean, offense and defense, not just defense. They're above 500. They snuck out a win against the Spurs because Lonzo made some great plays in this game. But what I want to see from him, I want to see a recurring thing. I don't want him to see 16, 6 points, 16, 6 points. No, I don't want to see that. I want to see 16, 20, 10, 25. Dun 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 dun.
547.
Yo, man. Oh, man.
What you gonna do when Lonzo hit you with a 40 piece?
Man, we all faint. We ain't never seen that. Hey, I'll be like Day for Friday. I ain't never seen that.
Yeah, and when Lonzo scores, man, it seems like a struggle, man. Like even when he has a good night, I'm not gonna cap. It seems like he's at max capacity sometimes, and I realize why. And maybe Hoop Jargon can speak on this a little bit more. I think it's because he's not getting to the line. So all of his points are coming off field goals. You know what I'm saying? And I think one of the reasons why Lonzo doesn't get to the line, I think Lonzo don't really want to go to the line because Lonzo's not really comfortable in his free throw shot. Because, like I said, when he goes to the rack, I don't see no aggression. I don't see no 6'6". It's like he going to the rack almost like a youth player whose coach told him to go to the rack. Okay, I went in. I tried to lay it up.
Come on, man.
Yo, that's how he looked when he going to the rack.
Y'all killing me tonight on this, man.
When the last time y'all seen somebody Lonzo try to dunk on somebody, man? Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Hey,
He
man,
did
it
go
is what
back
it
up.
is.
He got his board today and went back up with it.
Hey, man.
That's how bad it's gotten, bro. The truth moment like that is a teacher.
Hey, every day is a positive step. Every day is a positive step. You got to take some steps, baby steps. We getting there.
Before I go, I got to say the Hornets played the Dallas Mavericks next. And they better, man, they better pray to the Most High before that game. Pray that they getting skunked. That zone better be crisp. That's all I got to say. All the ball hogs on the Hornets team, they better worry about playing some defense. Because if they don't, man, they probably will sub themselves out if it gets bad. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know who they gonna put on Luka. That's my question.
You gotta put length on Luka. You can't just allow. You can't put no short guard because what he does, he knows how to dictate the pace. And you put a small guard on him, he's gonna make you pay all night long, like Lionel Richie.
Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken.
Straight up.
Where was PG at? Did PJ play? No,
He played.
He's out. He's out there making excuses.
JV.
Yeah.
Man, PJ is slowly, man. I like Paul George a lot, man. That man, that boy need a what they call it, a publicist. He need to know when to say what, man, because he falling out of favor with a lot of people real quick.
Facts.
Like he ain't put in work with the Pacers against LeBron and shit. Like people forget all about that shit. That boy is like his whole career was last playoffs. That boy the publicist in the worst way, man.
I think PJ's still really good. People keep forgetting how good he is usually.
Yeah.
But just a couple bad playoffs, and people forget how actually how good he is. But it's a shame, man. Recency bias is real.
Yeah. Facts. But he's not doing himself no favors though. I like Paul George. Don't get me wrong. He's not doing himself no favors, man.
You gotta stop running your mouth when you're in the same building.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm not gonna ever be soft on the JV team. They are what it is. It's JV. I used to get Clippers tickets. I used to get Clippers tickets at Albertsons when I bought groceries. On the back of my receipts, it was buy two get one free to the Clippers. We would take the Clippers seats if we wanted to see the Lakers play at a cheaper rate. You go to a Clippers game. So, I mean, they are with who they are. And people in LA know that. You know, they can do all they want to, sing and dance all they want to. But losing by 50 points in the Mavs, I don't got nothing else to say about it. It's the Clippers.
And got no Kristaps. That's unexcusable. I don't care if you don't got.
Man, you know what Ty Lue said in the after the game?
What he say?
They are who we thought they are. If you guys want to crown them, fucking crown them.
Hey, that's facts though. I'm a recent LA resident. It's been about a year, and I went, to several Lakers games and one Clippers game before COVID hit. I actually was at the game when everybody got COVID. They shut down. When we played, I'm a Lakers fan. We played the Nets, right? Man, no bullshit. When you go to a Clippers game, bro, oh my God, it's not the same. If you've never been, the Lakers game feel like a Shakespearean play. The lights get low, everybody's there, and I ain't talking celebrities, just the fanfare. Every seat feels. The Clippers game feel like, Thursday night, the bingo hall. I'm bullshit you not, man. That's how it is, man. That's real talk, man.
The JV team, man.
Same building. It ain't the same, bro.
But yeah, man, I'm about to get some rest, man. All thanks to all of you guys, man, for having a great show. I mean, I don't know how I did it, man. After work.
You're a beast.
But man, we making it work, man. This channel is nothing without you guys, man. I truly mean that. And thank you, Revolution Radio, for always supporting the channel. YouTube Hoop Jargon, CA3.
Yes,
Shout out to those brothers. Subscribe to their channels. Shanker, you're a real one. You know that. And make sure you stay positive. Everyone that's listening, live with a purpose. Keep the Most High first, and be the best human being you can be. And that's all you guys for. So hope everyone has a good night. Peace and blessings.
Peace.
Peace, man.